Hi friends, welcome to our paper tube challenge. Today we're gonna make chairs. So grab a paper tube, a marker, a pencil, and some scissors. First we need to flatten our tube, but it needs to be very flat. The creases need to be very flat. So I have a marker and I'm running it over the edges so that it's flat like this. See? The creases have to be really indented there. And I go over the whole toilet paper. Then I compress it until those creases line up with each other. Make sure one side is lined up, make sure the other side is lined up as well. And then I place it down on my table and I'm going to do the same thing with my marker. Go over the creases until it's very, very, very flat. And I have a square prism. From the middle crease, draw two squares, one on the right and one on the left. Make sure they're squares and not rectangles, so all the sides have to be the same length. Then extend the line a tiny little bit. Then you're going to join the two little lines in the back, and that's going to give you two squares back there. Now we're going to cut along the creases on the long side all the way to that line of the squares. Make sure that you're cutting right on the crease. And then I'm going to make my line stronger. I'm going to press down hard on that line because it's going to make it easier to fold my tube like this. You see? The pressure with the pencil makes the tube a little weaker there so that I can fold it like this. I'm only going to fold 3 sides. And then I'm going to cut these 2 sides that are opposite to each other so that they can fold towards the inside. And I'm going to make a little tab, cut tiny little triangles off the side like that. I'm only cutting a tiny bit off so that when I close it, nothing gets in the way. And just a tiny triangle like this. Now they can close without a problem. And my third side, I want to make sure to know where I'm going to make my fold. I need to make a mark where I'm going to fold this, so I put it on the table and I run my fingernails across like that, maybe my thumbnail, so that I can make a mark where I'm going to fold this piece of tube towards the back. Now I'm going to make a line where I'm going to fold the cardboard here. I'm also going to cut a little bit off because it's too long. You'll see what I mean. Remember how we cut those little tabs for the sides? We're going to do 2 more little tabs here so that it can fit nicely in the back. Okay, now let's fold it and test it. There we go. It fits nicely. Now I'm going to decide where I want the back of my chair to be and cut the extra part off, just like that. And look, you have a chair already. You can leave it like this, or if you want another challenge, you can make legs for it. Let me show you how. Inside the square, we're going to draw another little shape, more like a rectangle, and leave some of the edges. Those edges are going to be our legs. You see it? Every square, draw the same shape like this. Turn it around and do it in the back. Make sure your shapes are the same size. Now, on those horizontal lines, use your pencil to push hard. Remember that if you push hard, you'll be able to bend the cardboard there a lot easier. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on my pencil. You can see it makes the cardboard weak so that you can fold it easier. Now we're going to cut the vertical lines up to that thick line like this, all the way around. Now you're going to bend those flaps up carefully and run your thumb and your nail over them. Now very carefully, you're going to cut those rectangles out without cutting the other part of your chair. And there you go, you have legs. Now let's put it back together. And remember, it's a sculpture. You have to keep pushing it and molding it and bending it until it fits together. It fits pretty good, but you see this little flap back here? If you have a piece of tape, you can tape that little flap to the bottom of the chair, and that will hold it in place. The most important thing is to not give up, no matter how many toilet paper tubes you have to go through to do it. You can do it.